Today is going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host. Welcome to the Lone Doctrine, the food for thought exploration station, and your place in making today better than yesterday. Hello, hi, what's up, how's it going? I hope if you're listening to this that you realize you're here for a reason. Well done. You might be thinking, but I'm talking about how life just sometimes works out just right. This is your food for thought exploration station, and today we're going to explore how to be understood and how to be a more understanding person. Is someone not understanding you? Are you getting into disagreements often? Do you feel unheard, undervalued? Well, here's why we're exploring this feeling. It's because this month's topic is to how to become a more understanding person. Wait, I'm the one not being understood. This may be true, but sometimes it takes becoming more of an understanding person in order to receive understanding. Living by example, so to speak. But for today, let's dive a little deeper in the ways we can be more understood by PsychCentral.com. Being human, we all have certain basic needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs outlines them quite well and encompasses all that we generally think about when it comes to what we need. Yet one of our most basic needs, the need to understand and be understood, seldom gets much attention. But it should. Without the ability to understand what others say or the meaning behind their words, we can miss important cues, lose out on opportunities, fail to see changes in time to appropriately react, and go off in totally different directions. Worse, if we lack understanding, we're more prone to selfish acts than helping others. Similarly, without others being able to understand us, we're often left confused, frustrated, overlooked, angry, misinterpreted, and taken for granted. We might even feel sad and depressed, particularly if being misunderstood is a constant and we do nothing to help remedy the situation. So how can we work on improving both our ability to understand others and make it easier for them to understand us? Much of the following recommendations follow a common sense approach, yet there may be some new angles to consider. Number 1, think first, then speak. Start by thinking about what you're going to say well before you say it. Avoid jargon. Just because certain words are in constant use in the media, among friends, by politicians, or on social networks, it does not mean that they're conducive to better understanding in conversations or discussions. In fact, jargon and cliches tend to produce just the opposite effect. Most people tune out, thinking they've heard this before and know where it's going. Any hope you have of having them understand your point of view or becoming engaged in what you're saying rapidly diminishes. Say less, mean more. Another practical suggestion is to say fewer words, but choose them wisely. People tend to lose concentration or interest when a conversation drags on. Get to the point as quickly as possible. Mean what you say. Most people have an innate ability to detect phoniness. Your words are only part of the communication process. Your tone, your body language, your emphasis on words or lack thereof, even your facial expressions, your breathing, flushing, sweating, and other physical signs also convey emotion, conviction, or a disconnect between what's being said and what the speaker means or believes. Make it a point to speak the truth according to the values you hold dear and what you believe wholeheartedly. Don't belabor the point. Learn how to listen. We talk about this a lot. You can go back in the archives and see hours and listen to hours and hours and hours on how listening isn't just really important in life, but how to become a better listener. I encourage you to go back. Last but not least, Use appropriate nonverbal communication. In addition, recognize that understanding others sometimes means responding in nonverbal ways. Instead of a lecture on what he or she did wrong, maybe what's really needed is a hug or a sympathetic look. Actions are also expressions of understanding, and this is a technique that you can work on to both improve your understanding of others and theirs of you. Basically, you want to find what works for you. A lot of these things are really important. A lot of these things we could all benefit from. But sometimes you have to figure out what your body language and your language is when communicating with others to come from a place that's genuine, to come from a place where you're going to be understood. And this can vary with people. And you'll find over time that you may talk a little bit differently to your family members than you do to your friends, than you do to your coworkers. And as you gain bonds with people and you have close relationships, those close relationships will allow you to get to know the other person better so you can create a really good, productive, and constructive way of communicating. But you have to keep an open mind in all of this. There's a lot. We like to pack this full in a short amount of time. And if you go back in the archives, you'll see that all our episodes are very magnified and they just have a lot of good stuff squished into a small space because we respect your time. We know time goes fast and we want to make sure you have the good food for thought each and every week. But the best thing when hearing all of this is to keep an open mind, to really let the things we talk about resonate, to really put the things into action and find what works for you. And remember, nothing is more powerful than action. It not only changes your life, but will change the lives of everyone around you. Lead by example. Let your positive movements forward be contagious. And you'll soon find that as you practice more understanding, more people will understand you. Thank you for tuning in with us today. We appreciate you. If you found value in this episode, we would love for you to share it with a friend, a family member, or someone you might feel needs a little extra support. Or if we could have a few seconds of your time, we'd love to hear your thoughts. You can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, which in turn helps us show up in the search engines so others in need can find us. We hope to hear from you, and until next time, keep fighting the good fight.
It's a great day.